Hi everybody, I just wanted to come on today because today is International Suicide Prevention Day. And for those of you who haven't read my book, you might not know, but in 2014, my mental health was massively out of whack and with different traumas that had actually happened to myself. And I did contemplate taking my life. And so anything to do with mental health is obviously very, very important to me and supporting people through what they may be going through right at the moment. Because we've had so many shifts and changes and different things which are going on, and it can just seem overwhelming what is happening to us at this moment in time. So I just thought I'd come on and share maybe a little bit of what I learned through the process in case it might help somebody, and just a little acronym that I've come together to maybe make your life a little bit more magical. So what is it about that need to not be here anymore? Well, depression is a very horrible time to be in. It can feel absolutely overwhelming. You can feel like you've got a massive cloud over you, and you can feel like you're walking through treacle, quite frankly. Other people don't necessarily understand you. They don't understand why maybe you're having difficulty. And the reason why I had the problem was actually because I'd suffered lots of different traumas that I hadn't dealt with. Because I didn't even know what a trauma was, to be fair, to be honest, despite being a therapist. I hadn't really understood that element because I was very, very sort of academic in how I approached life. I wasn't really understanding what was going on emotionally for me. And over a period of time, I've used a series of techniques that's actually got me out of that state of how I was feeling. And I've had massive support from my family, my friends, my wider network within business as well. And that's where my book, Are You Worth It, came out of that state, really, because I wrote my book, Are You Worth It, when I was very depressed, actually, in this very house. Actually, this is where it's my father's house. When I was actually looking after him. He'd had a knee op, and I came here and actually paid me to be his carer because I haven't got any money. Because my book is Are You Worth It? A Spiritual Guide to Managing Your Money Mindset. Because often we are experiencing issues around depression that will then affect our financial worth as well, because our financial worth and our self-worth go hand in hand in the way the mind works. And that's what I now realise, and that's what I've now brought together as all the training programs that I offer as part of my business. So why was it so difficult? Why did it get to that accumulation of challenges and not feeling happy, not wanting to be here? Because actually I had everything to live for. I had a house still. I hadn't lost the house, although I was desperately trying to hold on to it. I had family, I had friends, I had my dog Charlie and my cat Poppy, but it just felt completely overwhelming. And one thing which I've noticed with the clients that I work with now around depression is that actually they are often not wanting to deal with certain situations. It's easier just to check out than actually to deal with what's going on, because we all have a bit of a dark side to us that we don't want to necessarily look at and deal with. And what also there is actually the way that I work is actually about empowering others, empower a person through a situation. So it's not about necessarily going through everything that's actually happened to you. It's about looking at, well, what is it that's created that? What can you do to shift that energy out of you so you just feel lighter and brighter? Because when you're depressed, the treacle is really just heavy energy that's sort of pinning you down, really, and actually making you feel negative. And your thought processes are negative, judgmental about others, judgmental about yourself, blame yourself, blaming others, guilt, anxiety, rejection, anger. God, the amount of anger that we've got going on at the moment by all the different government decisions and COVID-19 and whatever. Actually in 2015, when I wrote my book and it came out in 2016, the World Health Organization actually predicted then that depression was going to be the second biggest disability in the world. And now look where we are now with lots of mental health issues coming up to the surface. And this is a time really to grow through that time. And you do have to face yourself. Okay, that's the biggest thing. If you are feeling there isn't another way out, there is. It's about just face yourself and actually getting support. And there is lots of support out there. I didn't reach out to the traditional ones like the Samaritans, for example. I decided to use therapy techniques that I already had myself on myself in a quite dramatic way to do that. And I also had some very, very experienced therapists work on myself. They stepped forward and supported me through the journey. And the key thing is to ask for support if you are struggling, because we can have all these different things going on for us, and life can just seem completely overwhelming. It's so challenging to deal with the different things. I had, my debt had got to like £38,000 at that time. My husband had left me. I got a house to look after. I couldn't pay the bills. And it was just horrendous, really, at that time. And because I've worked on myself, and obviously time's passed over the time, things have got lighter and brighter, and I've got better because I've worked on what is that's going on, what is going into my life. Because actually there are various aspects, not just one aspect of my life, where it'd gone completely tits up, and I just couldn't work out how to shift and change it. So I was just stuck in this mire of crap, really, to sort out. And what it's about is actually going through that and saying to yourself, well, I've created this about how it is. How can I uncreate it and make something better? Okay, and it is about analysing to the degree what's gone on, because you can't change the past. The past is gone. We're on a spiritual path. This is the present. Me talking into the video now is the present, but the future is anxiety. We're ahead of ourselves. We're worrying about we can't pay the bills. We're worrying the fact that we can't. We haven't got our health, or somebody's going to die, or there's we're not going to be able to do things that are affecting our freedom, for example. That's all sort of negative thinking going on. Our past will sabotage us. We'll try to draw that and go, well, actually this is how it used to be. I want it how it used to be. I can't have what it used to be. And the more you say what you haven't got, the more that actually that's what negative stuff comes to you, because you're focused on what you haven't got rather than what you do have. Okay, and that's a big lesson that I learned. Gratitude is such a massive element of getting through depression. For those who aren't aware of the love game, which is in my book, it's available free on my website, insightfulminds.co.uk. And if you go to freebies, Are You Worth It resources, you'll find the love game is there. And a very quick way for you to assess where you're at the moment. If you're feeling, like I just don't know what's going on, go and look at the love game. It's a very visual way of understanding how your mind is working at the moment. And then it helps you work out which way to go. And you want to be a learner of your life. You want to be learning about different situations. You also want to create a vision about where you're going forward. What is it that to have a life that you really dreamed of? Forget that it might be going badly now. There is something good there for you. What is it that you need to create to actually have that fantastic life that you're desiring? The more that you look at what you can have and what you are going to have, and you're going to create that, the more that actually that other stuff will go and become less important. The more that you don't concentrate on what's about going on for you, start focusing on helping others. Because often it's your ego that's talking about, I can't do this, can't do that, and you get into victim state. Whereas actually, when you get into the mode of helping others and supporting others, when I was at my absolute worst, I was thinking, well, I've got to get this book out there to help others. It wasn't about, trying to go, I can't be asked to write the book. I'm just going to, lie in bed and not do anything. I just kept it at the forefront. What I knew about how to support people through depression, through ill health, how to support those people. It was essential that got catalogued in my book. And I just worked on it every single day, regardless of how crap I felt, to actually get it out there, because I was focusing on who it's for, not about me. Okay, so really concentrate about who can you help, who is it that maybe is in more dire need than you. Do some voluntary work, actually get into a different mode of things. As I said, ask for support. You're not alone. There are lots of people that can help you. That might be a charity, that might be a Facebook group where you can ask for support. It might be your local church. There's lots of support available, but you do have to ask for help. And that is also a lesson in life, to ask for help. That was one of my lessons in life. I wouldn't ask anybody. I didn't tell anybody a lot of stuff that was going on for me. I just kept it away. And because my Facebook profile is about positivity and sharing positivity, I didn't share a lot of what was going on there with the people on there either. So really look at what you can do to shift and change where you're going. And whether you're feeling suicidal or not, this is a good lesson in life. You need to ask for help. It's about ask for help from the people that are with you, about what you desire, what you need that support from, but also ask for help from the divine as well. It's sometimes in your darkest moments, that's when you need to stop, clear your mind, and pray and ask for that support. And that support will be brought to you. For the angels to be there with you, you have to ask for their help, for them to actually be instructed to come and support you. And my God, when I've actually done that, what a difference it has made. But I think I was thinking, really, you think there's angels there and whatever? Well, I truly believe in them now. But, at the time I didn't. But when in my darkest time, I did ask for support and help. But it was asking, through meditation, who could help me, but also asking friends if they could support me on different things. Also, when I had no wood to go in my wood burner because I couldn't afford to buy any wood, asking the handyman next door who's kitting out, refurbing a house, do you think I could have that wood on the side there and allow me to have that wood to make fire, because I was cold. And actually, every day after that, a little pile of wood appeared on the patio for me. After I'd asked, and actually said, you don't ask, you don't get. And actually, I'd go back and ask him to cut it up smaller because he wouldn't fit the wood burner. So, good things always happen. There's always lots to be grateful for. And if you are struggling at the moment, just know that there's such good that will come out of what's going on at the moment. It's not about checking out. You don't need to. It's about what can be your vision. And as you step through that and you step into that wisdom, you'll find that actually there's so many people to be inspired by your journey and the way forward and what you're doing, and you'll learn so much about you and so much about what you can do. So really just look at what your heart wants to do. Your heart doesn't want you to check out. Your heart wants you to actually get through this, and it's about get that support around you, that love around you. But love comes from loving yourself, and part of the journey is about really valuing you. Understanding what is it you're saying to yourself that's creating that negative effect in your body. Is it that you're eating the wrong things? Is it the fact you're drinking to deal with emotions? Is it the fact you're gambling? Shopping too much? Because you don't want to think about bereavements you might have experienced, for example. We can have all different sorts of traumas that are causing us problems, and there are other ways. If you're finding the NHS system, if you like, of counselling, psychotherapy, you want to go through that, please do reach out to therapists like myself who do other different techniques which will actually work on your mindset and your energy, which will make you feel better much quicker actually without having to talk about things. There's certain things I know how to do which no talking needs to be, but sometimes you do need to talk things out because you need a different opinion or different point of view about things, etc. But know that you can get through that situation. So I just thought I would finish with talking about the magic of life, okay? And you have to assess where you're at, because I always thought that I was happy before, and actually there's so many different levels of happiness and joy and excitement, and I can feel real energy coming through me now, and different things happening in my life, and it's really fantastic. But it's very much about where are you at in life? Are you just having sort of a dull life, really? It's not really doing anything for you. You're not following your life purpose. You're not really enjoying the job that you're in. Not necessarily enjoying the relationships you're in, or the different things that you're doing, friends wise, etc. when you experience a trauma, often you then dip down right into the dreadful. And that might be because of divorce, that might be a separation, that might be somebody dying, that might be several people dying. It could be a dog, cat dying, for example. That loss can all accumulate and actually make you feel terrible. What happens is, you'll then interact and try and get, when you're feeling suicidal, you're in the dreadful. You're in it just feels like nothing's, you're losing hope as to what's you can do. But actually, once you keep working yourself, you'll start get back to that dull. But actually, dull was never good in the first place, really, quite frankly. You want to be up in the magical. You want to be excited by your life. You want to be supporting others through what you've been through. You want to be energized and passionate and having fun through life, because life is to be great. You want to be grateful for what we've got. But I do appreciate if you're feeling not so good at the moment, you think, really? I haven't got any money. But actually, you can have no money whatsoever and still have a good time. And actually, if you're a good receiver and giver, the balance will come, and actually money will come from different firms to support you doing different things. The key is actually to feel good and to work on yourself so you are actually in that state. So you want to assess where you are now. Are you in the dreadful, the dull, or the magical? And actually, sometimes people put themselves into the magical, but actually they're not really. They're at the dull. They've settled for second best. I know I had. And what I've had to learn through this, not just lockdown, but this period of time, since I was suicidal 6 years ago, is actually to really put myself first and put my happiness first and keep looking at all the different aspects of my life and go, is that satisfying me? Am I doing exactly what I want to do, work-wise, in relationships, with friendships, with family, spirituality, my personal development? Is that actually working for me? And if it's not, the only person who's responsible for changing it is me. It's not about blaming the government. It's not about blaming family members. It's not all friends or the society or culture that we're in or whatever. It's about stepping up and taking responsibility yourself and saying, no more. How am I going to change the reality of what I have now? What vision do I want for the future? What is it that I want to experience? And create that. Create yourself a vision board. Think what goals you want, what dreams you want to have. What weren't you able to do years ago if your parents said you shouldn't do it? Just do it. You only have one life. And it's, the more that you connect back in with yourself, the better you'll feel. There's no need to check out, but it is about getting the right support in place. And I'd love to support anybody who needs that support. So let me just go through the acronym about MAGIC. Okay, so first of all, it's about manifesting the life that you desire. So as I'm saying, use the vision board, be visioning. We've got a reticular activating system here in the mind, and actually want to be visioning how you want things to be. If you want, a new job, be visualizing the job that you're wanting. Where do you want it? How's it going to make you feel? Who's going to be in that picture with you? And keep, because your mind can't tell the difference between what's real and fake. So just keep visualizing it, but you have to be at high energy. You have to be positive. So if you're talking or negatively to yourself, you're not going to manifest exactly what you want. You're not going to manifest that magical life. So it is about shifting that energy, whether that's through meditation or the balance procedure that I do, or NLP that I do, or Reiki that I do, or emotional freedom technique, or whatever it is that you're using to shift it, counselling, whatever it is that you're using to shift it, or a good friend that you're talking to, or whatever. So the A of MAGIC is about affirming how you want your life to be. So affirm in the positive about how you want things to be. I am healthy. I am leading a fantastic life. I'm having a magical life. I am enjoying every moment of my life. I am experiencing a fantastic new job, and feel that that's what you're doing, in line with what you're visioning you want to actually happen. But affirm it. Affirmations are so important because perception is projection. You are projecting out what is happening in your world. So project out how you want things to do. Say, it's a mirror reflection of what you're saying to yourself. So say it, as it is, as you want it to. Even if it's not exactly as that is, just say it as it is and allow that energy to shift and change within you. The G of magic is gratitude. Can't express enough how much you have to look at what you appreciate in life. This is the present moment right now. But what have you not been grateful for the past? What have you not noticed that has happened in the past that maybe you should have said thank you for? It can be every single time that you've paid money for something. Did you say thank you? Did you say thank you to the person? Did you say thank you to Spirit, the fact that you've been supported? Have you said thank you to the person who's put on a dinner for you and it didn't cost you any money? Have you ever said thank you to Morrison's for giving you a discount? It's noticing all the things that you're grateful for. Look at nature. Follow me on Facebook. You'll see all my little videos about what's in nature. It's beautiful. But actually, when you're going too fast and when you're feeling that whole mental health thing going on, you are sped up. And this is about you slowing down. Really, really slowing down. And when you slow down and start to notice what's around you, you'll notice the beauty that is around you to be grateful for. You'll notice the people around you. You'll also notice people maybe you want to sort of distance yourself from as well. And be grateful for the lessons of what they're giving you to learn through that, because there's blessings in everything and everybody. It's also about practicing forgiveness, being grateful for the things that you've been through. In the most shittiest experiences, there's always a blessing for you. There's always something for you to learn. And that will make a massive difference to you as well. So the I of magic is about your intentions. You need to intend on things to happen, that you're expecting them to happen, that you're affirming them to happen, that they're going to happen. And when you do that, so part of the law of attraction is ask, believe, receive, and take inspired action. And part of it is your intention right at the start, and going, you know what, enough's enough. This is how it is. So for example, you need a job. I'm intending to get a job today. Okay, you say, look, just help me. How am I going to get a job today? Think about how you're going to get a job today. Know that you could get a job today, because it's perfectly possible to get a job today. And then you need to take the action to get that job. Now, it might be stepping you out of your comfort zone. And often a lot of the mental health things are about stepping you out of your comfort zone, about where you feel safe. And it's also about repressed emotions as well. So when you start shifting those emotions, you think, well, if I got that job, oh my God. And it's not just about the money, about all the money that job will give you. The job you go for should be giving you pleasure, because that keeps you at a higher vibration, a higher way of manifesting what you're wanting. To manifest the life you want to have, you have to be high energy, you have to be excited, you have to be joyful and grateful about what's going on. So intend what you want to happen, whether you're intending to make a connection with somebody for your business, whether you're intending to have fun today, whether you're intending to have a meal somewhere, whether you're whatever you're intending to get 3 new clients today, whatever it is, create that intention and go for it. So you're setting that intention, and that creates the magic and lets the magic happen, because we are magical. Do you ever say thank you to every element of your body? To say thank you liver for processing everything you're doing, thank you kidney for doing that, thank you eyes for allowing me to see, thank you ears for me to be able to hear. Do that minutiae around you. There's a fantastic book called The Magic that's based off The Secret was the first book by Rhonda Byrne. The Magic is the third one in the series, and it's a 28-day cycle about gratitude. And what it does, it looks at how to set up your day, how to set up different aspects of you, but actually by healing those different aspects through gratitude, through appreciation, you start noticing more things that are happening for you. Because actually the C of magic is being a conscious creator. It's not about what somebody is doing to you. This is about how you're creating the situation for yourself, even if it's awful. Yeah, we all have lessons in life. We will all attract certain things in life that we're due to learn in this lifetime. However, if you're noticing that you're creating a situation, so let's say you've got a family member that you don't get on with on a regular basis, and you're expecting that that's how they're going to be, then you're consciously creating that that's always going to be terrible. Whereas actually, if you consciously create, you know what, I'm really grateful for that person in my life because I've learned X, Y, and Z. Thank you for helping me learn X, Y, and Z. Consciously create, healing that issue. You may not ever have that person in your life again. That's a choice. But ultimately, you want to be looking at how are you consciously creating the things you're wanting. That's where the vision board comes in. That's about understanding yourself, your own personal development, about where you're going. And when you're excited about where you're going, why would you want to commit suicide? You're excited about where to go. Often, the issues feel so tremendously massive that you just think there's no other way to deal with this. And this is about sitting within yourself and actually dealing with things and learning techniques that you can use. I do something called the balance procedure that is relatively low cost that you can buy into. You can be empowered to Reiki, you can learn how to do tapping. There's free resources on my website, insightfulminds.co.uk. Look at freebies, are you worth it resources. Look at the love game, do the healing tree meditation, do the forgiveness ritual on everybody who you absolutely can't stand, because there'll be a negative, because whatever you're thinking negatively of another person comes right back at you with the law of attraction. So really do look at how you want to shift and change that so that you feel so much better through the process. Just always remember how, if something is not working in your life that is stopping it from being magical, tell you what, how am I creating this? What is it that I need to do differently to change it? I'm not saying it'll happen immediately, but some things will. As soon as you start changing your mindset and you start changing your course, where you're going, just notice what can shift and change, and they can happen really quickly. So ask for support, get that support in place, create a plan, be grateful every day for every single thing that you have. You want at least 10, if not 100 things, at least a day that you're looking at that makes you feel grateful. And you will be okay. And you'll really look back at the situation that you may be facing now and just think, wow, I got through that. And that's something to appreciate too. Because whilst the horrible situation I found myself in 2014, where I did make a conscious decision not to commit suicide, I'm still here, but I did have an active thought process of that's what I was going to do. I made an active decision to actually use my knowledge, use my wisdom, and support the people who are around me to actually have a better life. And actually I'm supporting other therapists as well in that process, so that they can then heal other people too and support them through that process. And just know that whatever is in your future is going to be brilliant, because you're creating it, so why wouldn't it be? So I wish everybody well. If you're feeling horrible, please do reach out and get support, whether that's Samaritans, one of the mental health charities, or get in touch with me, and if you want therapy, and I'll support you. All right, everybody. Goodbye for now.